Hello, my name is Mike Martin. I'm the General Manager of Marketing at Casio America. This is the first of a series of videos that we're going to do on the XW-P1 Performance Synthesizer and the XW-G1 Groove Synthesizer. We're going to teach you how to use all the features on these products. We'll have you programming your own sounds, using the arpeggiator, the phrase sequencer, the step sequencer, and building your own performances. And on the XW-G1, we'll teach you how the sampler works as well. So stay tuned. So in this first video, we're going to cover some basic navigation of the XW-P1. To the left of the display, you'll find the three major modes of operation: performance, tone, and step sequence. A performance is a snapshot of everything that's happening on the keyboard at one time. That could include up to 4 different tones that are zoned across the keyboard, your step sequence, your effect settings, and more. Back in performance mode, let's take a look at the display. So just below the name of this particular performance, trance set, there's 2 lines, one which is on the right hand side and one on the left. So this display is actually indicating that we have a split. One sound in the right hand, and then another sound in the left. In a different performance, number 6, the display gives us some additional information. We can see in this case that zone 3 has a dotted line below it. That indicates that's the zone or the area where the arpeggiator is active. Using the cursor keys, we can also get some other information about this performance. Using the up and down arrows, shows me which category of sound is on that particular zone. Using the left and right arrows will allow me to see the knob assignments for this performance. Here we can see that knob 1 is cutoff, knob 2 is attack, knob 3 is release, and number 4 is my reverb time. When we're in performance mode, we can also quickly change things on the fly. So if I'd like to change my primary sound, I can just grab it by category. In the case of this trance set, I can take the lead sound in zone 1 and change it quickly to a piano. The display now indicates that I'm in quick tone mode for zone 1. So I can also use the part plus and minus buttons to switch to zones 2, 3, and 4. This allows me access to those zones without going completely into performance edit mode. The display also keeps track that we've made edits. If you notice that there's an exclamation point next to the number of this sound, P07. That exclamation point is there to remind us that we've made some changes to this preset, and if we'd like to keep them, we need to press the right button. When you press the right button, you'll be taken to the first available user location to store your performance or your sound. You can then use the cursor keys and the plus and minus buttons or the data wheel to name your sound. As a shortcut, you can also use the numeric keypad. When you're in tone mode, you're accessing one sound at a time. And you can select sounds by category just above the keyboard and below the display. When you're in a category, simply use the data wheel or the plus and minus buttons to select a sound. If you know what sound you're looking for, you can also enter it from the number pad. When using the number pad, it's important to note that tones and performances are set up in banks, so you can easily access a tone or a performance with just one button press. Right now, I'm looking at solo synth sound 00 in the preset bank. So if I want to access sound number 05, all I have to do is press number 5. However, if I want to go to the next bank of 10, I need to hit the bank button and then select 1, 5. I'm now in tone mode and I have a hex layer preset selected. I'm going to show you the hold feature on the XW-P1. This works a little different than a sustain pedal in that it'll sustain one chord, but when you play the next one, it'll automatically let go of the first. Next to the hold button, you'll find the arpeggiator switch. If you'd like to change the pattern that's being used, press and hold the arpeggiator switch, and then you can scroll through the 100 different types of arpeggio patterns that are built in. You can even create your own. I also want to take a quick moment to show you the phrase sequencer. Press the record button and you'll get a click track. Of course, you can adjust the tempo to taste. And you can even set input quantize values, such as 16th notes or 8th notes. So as soon as I start playing, it begins recording. Now that riff has been recorded, and when I press the play button on the front panel, it'll play that riff back. I can also press the key play button, and that riff will now be assigned to a key on the keyboard. And that riff will transpose as we play different notes. Later in the next video, I'll show you how to integrate the phrase sequencer into your performance.